Hello everyone, this is the introduction and the training video of our new easy landcover repair project. To begin, we must understand the system results are almost correct. Most of the system results are good enough, so we have to take the system result as much as possible. There are many things we can ignore in this project, and let me show you this example. First thing we can ignore is the accuracy of features. So as we can see, this sidewalk at here, they are not very perfect, right, regarding of the accuracy, but this is totally okay, and we should ignore this in the project. Another example we can see here is this driveway. As you can see, the boundary of this driveway or even the sidewalk is not very perfect, but this is totally okay. So which means the accuracy of the feature on comparing to the original image, this can be ignored, and we should not waste our time fixing those accuracy issues. The next case which we can ignore is the shadow blocked areas. So as you can see in this area, most of the area is blocked by the tree, right? By the tree shadow. And as you can see, this area, the result seems pretty good enough. So we don't need to waste our time to fix this sidewalk or even the long driveway or the parking, since it's under the trees and we couldn't know where this boundary is. So this shadow blocked area is okay to ignore. Another example is along this road. So as we can see, this road have many tree blocked area, and this area we couldn't know where exactly the road is or the sidewalk is. So we can basically accept all these system results and don't do any editing on those. And also, you don't need to waste your time try to think where could go wrong and try to fix that. That is totally unnecessary. Another example is in this big building. So within this big building, as we can see, it's almost blocked by tree, and there are some sidewalk already captured by the system result, and we don't need to worry about that since most of them is captured pretty well. And for this pavement, right, we could not know what is under there, so it is okay to leave this as a pavement. Another example of the shadow block area is in this residential area. As we can see, in the backyard of these buildings, they are blocked by trees mostly. So when we check the system result, we only need to make sure these are reasonable and make sure there are no obvious missed, and most of the system results can be accepted. So there's nothing to be edited here. Most of this result is good enough. Another ambiguous cases is when you look at here. This sidewalk and the pavement and the grass seems very ambiguous. We don't know, we are not very sure this should be this part of the sidewalk or this is part of the pavement. Or does this grass exist here? So when we need to take a guess in this case, right, in this scenario, we don't take the guess. We ignore. We accept the system result. We don't do any editing for this kind of case. So in an area like this, as we can see, it's shadow blocked and it's not clear, or blocked by the tree or blocked by the building. And in this area, it's not very clear. It's very not clear, and this sidewalk seems reasonable and looks like they are all ambiguous. So in this case, don't bother to fix them. All right, you can accept the system result in this area like this. Last thing that we should ignore is the nature features. So for example, in this area, as you can see, system labeled part of it as grass, part of it as shrub, part of it as forest, part of it as bare land or even bare land here. But we don't need to spend our time to decide, okay, if this is forest, if this is grass, or if this is shrub. So we just take the system result as correct result, and we don't want to spend time on fixing them. Another example of the nature feature that we should ignore is when we look at here, where we can see there are many different kinds of the nature being labeled by the system. But we don't need to worry about the consistent or if this labeled correctly. We assume all the system results on the nature feature is correct, no matter it's forest, it's shrub, or it's grass. Okay, so we don't want to spend any time on this kind of error. Okay, now we have done talking about the system results are almost perfect and what we should ignore, which are first, accuracy of features, second, shadow blocked areas, number 3, ambiguous cases when you need to take a guess, number 4 is the nature feature. Now let's take a look what we only need to focus on. Okay, so we only focus and fix the obvious wrong category and the shape error. So let's begin with in the residential area. In residential area, there are a few things we should take a look. First, it's the unreasonable sidewalk and driveway. So for example, in this area, we can easily notice that this sidewalk is not reasonable since this is the grass and is being captured as the sidewalk. So this is a very obvious wrong category issue, and this is called unreasonable sidewalk. So we want to cut this part out and change this to grass. And there is another unreasonable sidewalk, so we can just merge them to the forest. Also, in the residential area, we want to take a look of the unreasonable driveway. So as you can see here, this driveway existing here is totally unreasonable. So we want to just merge this to the pavement. And this area is good enough. Alright, this is one of the unreasonable driveway. And in the residential area, there are also the missed pavements needs to be fixed. So in this area, as you can see, this area, this piece of the land is clearly a pavement, right? So we want to fix this to pavement, and this is also not a tree; it's part of the pavement. In this case, we will cut this and merge it, to pavement, like this. Very easy fixing, and for this small piece of the tree, we can merge them to the bare land of the neighbor feature. So by fixing like this, the missed pavement, the unreasonable sidewalk, and the unreasonable driveway, we can, like one of the examples here, right? Unreasonable driveway. So we can get the most of the residential area done very easily. Another example we want to fix in the residential area is the fake swimming pool. So as you can see here, this is a legit swimming pool. And we don't need to mind for the accuracy of this feature. However, in this area, as we can see, this one and this one are all fake swimming pool, right? There are no evidence of this swimming pool being here. So we want to merge them to swimming pool. And for this one, we can see, right? This swimming pool is not accurate as well. And this pavement is a little bit unreasonable because it covered to the grass area. So we want to do a quick fixing for this. I will cut this part out and fix this to grass. And this area is fixed. So it's very easy. Follow this standard on the residential area. You will find out actually we can fix this very quickly without thinking or spending too much time. So a few more fake swimming pool. So just merge them to the pavement, then that should be fine. And this pavement also needs to be fixed a little bit because it's covered on the grass. So we want to just cut this part out and merge this to grass. Like this. Then this area is fixed pretty well. After we have done the introduction of what to fix in the residential area. Then let's move to the commercial or the industrial area. So this task is half residential and half industrial area. The first thing we want to take a look is the inconsistent road and railway. So as we can see here, this is a railway, and this system result has labeled part of the railway as road. So we want to merge this to the railway, like this. One sec. Okay, so there is a little bit error on this grass, so we want to fix this grass first, and then merge it to the railway. Then this area is good. One more thing here, right? We want to keep the railway and the road consistent in the industrial and commercial area. So this railway should be fixed like this. And don't forget about this bridge, right? This is a bridge and railway. So we want to cut this railway, and here as well, cut it, and select one piece of the railway, and copy and paste. Now we have two railways, and we can name one of them as bridge. And then we hold the shift, select everything here, press N to mark it as overpass. So we do the same thing for this area. Copy, paste, name one of them as bridge, hold shift, select all, and press N to mark as overpass. So this is something we want to repair in the commercial and industrial area. Then the second thing we want to fix in the commercial and industrial area is this parking lot. In the parking lot, there is always been something like this missed flower bed in the middle of the parking lot. And in this case, we want to capture this in the commercial area. So we can use the cutting tool, T, to cut it and name this as, it's either forest or grass. It doesn't matter. And this one in the middle here, this is not a grass. So we want to fix that by merging it to the parking lot. Then this parking lot is good enough. Another example on the flower bed along this parking area. So as you can see, along this outside parking, there are some like a flower bed as a Bearland labeled in the system, but some of them are missed, and they are mixed into the outside parking, which is the obvious category wrong category. So we want to cut this, and we want to cut them out. And when you cut it, you don't need to be very accurate, since we have said we don't need to worry about the accuracy issue. So this basic shape looks good, then it should be fine. So we just need to cut this part out and merge them to the Bearland. So this will fix most of the this is the most issue we need to fix in the commercial and industrial area. The parking lot has some wrong categories, like this, and this result looks very good now. Lastly, about the no matter it's in the commercial, industrial, or residential area, we want to fix for some of the neighbor connecting. So this project, the neighbor connecting is not a mandatory issue to fix, but we still need to do the topology check and check all this error. For example, this one. This is an obvious neighbor connecting issue. This building and this building has a pavement inside, which is not okay. So in this case, we want to merge this building with this pavement and then group it again. So by fixing this neighbor connecting is good now. But for something like this, the nature connecting can be ignored. And the sidewalk like this, right? It has a very small boundary arrow, and this is totally okay. So small boundary arrow like this, you can ignore. Also, this one, right? This is very small, and we can ignore that as well. And this one is already fixed. So in general, the obvious big neighbor connecting issue that will cause a category wrong or unreasonable shape. In that case, we need to fix the neighbor connecting. Otherwise, the small neighbor connecting, such as this like sidewalk and the pavement, you can ignore. And also the nature neighbor connecting, you can also ignore. So that is the rule of this quick, easy landcover repair project. And now I'm going to show you how I do the repair work on some tasks. So now let's start with this task. This is a typical half residential, half commercial task. And I will show you how I apply the rule, where to ignore, where to fix in this task. So I'll start from this corner. As we can see, the road, the sidewalk, right, they are all good. We don't need to worry about the accuracy issue. And on the swimming pool, the pavement, as long as they have the reasonable shape and they are at where they are supposed to be, then we can ignore. The small arrow, we don't need to worry about that. And for the tree blocked area, we don't need to guess, okay? We don't want to guess for what's under there. And then you can ignore that. And as you can see, in this area, right, there is a very obvious arrow, which is this water, which there's no water like that. So we just want to merge this into the grass. Then it should be fine. And as we can keep going, as you can see, the first grid, right? All the swimming pool here, they are all good, and the pavement, they are reasonable, so there's nothing to worry about. This small piece of the pavement is under the tree. We don't want to overthink of that, so we can ignore that. However, in this area, we can notice that this building is taking the pavement, so we want to cut this building and merge this building into the pavement. So now this one is good enough. Let's move to this side of the block. As we can see, there are nothing much to be editing. So this pavement here, right, is blocked by the tree. It's okay because the shape looks fine. And the sidewalk along this area, it looks pretty good. The pavement, they are reasonable. But however, this pavement is on the grass. So we want to cut this part because this part could be pavement. And we want to merge this part of the pavement to grass. And this one looks good. So we can ignore that. Okay, then let's move to this commercial area. So in this commercial area, this long driveway and this forest in the middle, which is very reasonable. So we don't need to fix anything for that. So I will just keep going on. And this grass in the middle looks fine. And other grass forests, we don't need to worry about the nature feature, right? So the driveway seems good. All those forest trees, they have been excluded. But there are some forests in this one. It's being missed. So we want to cut this part out. Just use the rectangle tool and the cut tool to select them all and mark them as forest. All right, the sidewalk in this here area looks fine. All right, it's under the tree, right? Very ambiguous. We don't know the actual shape. And in this area, this forest, this tree, this grass is being labeled pretty well. So there's nothing for us to fix. All right, long driveway, outside parking, so there's nothing to fix. And this area as well. Then we want to take a look on the pavement to see if they are reasonable. So this is not a swimming pool. We want to fix that. And this area, the pavement, looks reasonable. All right, and the shrub, it's okay. Bare land, driveway, looks all good. So there's nothing to fix here. Let's move to this block. And as you can see, the driveway, sidewalk, they're all good. Remember, we are looking for those areas. And backyard, right? This building is a fake building, so we want to merge them to bare land. And also we want to make sure the pavement is reasonable. There's no unreasonable missed pavement in the backyard. It seems like this area, right? This area is pavement. So in this case, we want to merge them all. And change it to pavement. and this looks good. And for this pavement is under the tree, so we won't take gas and accept the system result, which is very important to improve your speed. And move to here, right? They are all pretty good. They're all pretty good. So nothing to fix. We can accept this system result. Follow this. And then move to the next grid, next block. It looks pretty good, right? There's nothing to fix. So for the commercial area, industrial area, we're looking for the parking lot to see if there's any missed flower bed. And in the residential building, we're looking for the unreasonable sidewalk, driveway, and any missed pavement in the backyard. So from this part, we can tell it's actually pretty good. There's no such obvious error. However, in this parking lot, right, we noticed there are some missed flower bed, which we should cut it and mark this as forest. Same thing here. So this should be forest. And this one, if it's labeled grass, then it should be fine. All right, small piece of the grass because it's under the tree, so we can ignore that. And then let's take a look on this residential area, driveway, bare land, shrub, sidewalk, and the pavement. So this is very unclear and ambiguous. We don't want to take a guess on the ambiguous cases. So we just want to accept this system result. And same thing for here. And especially along the boundary, all right, we don't want to touch too many things unless it's very ambiguous. Unless it's very obvious. For example, this fake building, right? And also for this one, this is not a building. So we want to fix that obvious error and try to not touch the boundary and make sure the boundary, so the boundary could be connected by the system result. Let's move to this area, and this is the last grid. So all this parking, we can look for the obvious error, as I have said, the missed flower bed, right? And we can see there's nothing much we can fix. The pavement, swimming pool, this building here, right? This building here is a little bit too ugly, and we want to just get rid of that and mark this as pavement. Then it should be fine. And don't worry about this nature feature, right? And for this, as we can see, there is a sidewalk, which is very, very unreasonable. Even though this is blocked by tree, but we can know this is not a sidewalk, so we want to get rid of that. And mark this as driveway, and cut this part out. And mark this area. Mark this as an area as a road, because this is a road connected to here. So this is so-called unreasonable road, unreasonable sidewalk, and now this part looks much better. And lastly, check the pavement. All right, check the pavement in the backyard to see if they are reasonable or not. So most of them looks pretty good. And for this area, the pavement, it's okay. All right, the sidewalk, so most of them looks pretty fine. And now I'm done checking for this task. There are some like a fake swimming pool, right? Don't forget to remove this fake swimming pool in this area. And this one here, this is ambiguous. I don't want to take a guess. It could be a swimming pool, so I will leave this as it is. And now I'm done for this task. It's actually very easy. So for a residential and a commercial area, I could spend less than 10 minutes on a task like this. But there are some tasks, especially in the commercial area with lots of parking lots, and there are many missed flower beds. It may take more than 15 minutes to finish it. But if you have worked enough tasks on those, with different areas, on the average, you will definitely hit the benchmark and or even go beyond that. And lastly, let's take a look of the commercial area. This is a pure commercial area. And let's take a look of what we are looking for. All right, so first is a parking lot, right? The parking lot, there's no flower bed, then we can ignore. For the sidewalk under the shadow, we don't want to fix the shape or take any guess except the system result. But this grass in the middle of the road giving us an inconsistent road, even for this pavement as well. So we want to merge this into the road. And along this sidewalk, as we can see, they are all pretty good enough. So don't bother to take a guess. Because in this area, most of the features, like the features, are under the shadow. So we don't want to take the guess on this ambiguous cases. We can try to accept the system result as much as we can. For example, this pavement, right? We don't know for sure. And this sidewalk in this yard looks good enough. And the pavement has a little bit error confused with this pavement. So with this swimming pool. So we want to fix a little bit for this pavement area. But this area, this pavement error is relatively smaller, so we can ignore. And this one here, this is not a pavement. We want to merge this to the grass. So we are looking for the very clear, very obvious error, no matter it's in the residential area or in the commercial area. So in this area, as you can see, right, this gives us a driveway leading to here, but rest of this are labeled as sidewalk. It's all labeled pretty good. There are some fake these are labeled some good, but these are some fake grass. So we want to get rid of that. And to be honest, this area, this should be pavement in this area, okay? And we want to, this one should be grass. So there are some category issue in this area. We want to fix that. And even for this driveway, even for this driveway. So this one should be pavement, and this is also pavement, and this is also pavement. So for area like this, we want to make sure they look reasonable. Then that's good enough, because it's very ambiguous. It's blocked by the shadow. We cannot tell the detail very well. So for the large pieces of the ground, we want to just merge them to pavement. Just be patient and merge them carefully. Even for this long driveway. So this is a little bit long. Take a little bit long time for this. And when it comes to this area, I think I think this area should be the sidewalk. This is pavement. And don't forget about this sidewalk. And then I believe this area looks good enough. And lastly, these two fake trees, right? These two fake building. We want to change it to the forest. And this area is fixed pretty well. Let's move to here, right? In this middle of this lot, I wouldn't say this is you know, a typical sidewalk, right? So we want to fix this a little bit. And for this area, we can tell this is not a sidewalk. So let's just merge them to the forest. Then we're good. And lastly, for here, let's merge them to the pavement. Okay, so this area is fixed. So take us a little bit long time to fix that, but it's totally worth it. Trust me. And the final result is also very easy to fix, right? And let's move to here. This area, there's a sidewalk, a little bit grass in the shadow. We can ignore that. This pavement, right? This is what we want. And this is not a grass, this is a building. So in this case, we want to change this to a building. And this one, this area here is too ambiguous. So I won't bother to fix that. Okay, actually this is a building. This is part of the building. So let's just merge it and change it to building. And then let's move to this area. There's a pavement and a missed swimming pool, right? This can be tell. Even though this is a little bit under the shadow, but we can tell this is a swimming pool. For this tree and for this forest, grass, we can ignore them because this is totally black. We cannot tell. But this one is something we can fix. And there's a small piece of the pavement in the building. And this swimming pool here is okay, right? And this long driveway seems reasonable. And this grass we cannot tell, so don't bother to fix that. Same thing for here. There's a driveway, sidewalk, it's okay. And in this parking lot, let's see. Okay, so there's a missed flower bed. So we want to capture this as forest. Cut it and capture. So this one is already captured. Pretty good. And this piece of small grass, we can easily merge it to the parking. For this parking, this forest along this parking and the sidewalk, it's been captured pretty well. Something for here, right? We cannot tell in this area, so we can accept this result, even for here, right? However, this one here, I wouldn't say this is grass, so we want to cut this part out. This is an unreasonable driveway, so we want to merge this and change it to the long driveway. So it would make it consistent. And lastly, don't forget about this driveway at here. This should be the long driveway. This should be long driveway as well. So it's overlapped. And lastly, check in this area. Okay, so I think this sidewalk is a little bit unreasonable. Let's just merge them to the pavement. And for this area, we are not sure about the boundary, so we don't want to capture that. We don't want to fix this accuracy issue. So now this task is done. Even though this is a little bit complicated, but we managed to finish it around 10 minutes within 15 minutes. There are some other issues, like the building is not captured, it's miscaptured to pavement. It may also this is also required to fix. This issue especially happened in the commercial area. Okay, like a little bit like this. Yeah, so this task, I will say, I've fixed already. So this is the quality requirement, and this is what we want us to do. This is a very easy land cover repair project. I will say again, this system results are almost correct. We should ignore the accuracy of each feature, the shadow blocked area, and big cases when we need to take a guess, and the nature features. And we only fix the obvious wrong category and the shape error. In the residential area, we are looking for unreasonable sidewalk and driveway, missed pavement, fake swimming pools. In the commercial area, we are looking to fix inconsistent road and railway, missed flower bed in the parking. And last but not least, we want to fix the obvious neighbor connect errors. Ignore the nature and the small mismatch. The benchmark for this project is 15 minutes per task. Some tasks may require more than 15 minutes, but most of the tasks you can actually finish it within the 15 minutes. So in that case, on average, you could definitely hit the benchmark very easily. And when you do this project, don't forget about the proper tools to use, like using the cut tool, the override tool to improve your speed, like what I did in this video. So that is the overall introduction to this project, and I explained the rules and the standard quality requirement and the proper workflow. So I hope you guys can enjoy this project, and this project will keep rolling, and we have tons of review coming. Thank you for watching it. Goodbye.